Hello everyone. The last video what I have done is I had all my component put it together but not into the case, so I'm gonna make a quick video, just install a power supply and then putting the motherboard, and because of the rest I already did the video already, so this is gonna be a quick video and I'm gonna show you what kind of power supply I have. And this power supply is from the Thermaltake power supply, and this is 850 watts. And what you need to install is, you can see this is where the hole for the power supply, and so you cannot go install from the back like this here. You have to go underneath like that, and then just make sure your wire get out. Right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert this in. So I'm gonna you can see, you can make sure you face it this way where the watts showing up. I mean, depending on some of the power supply brands, some might be going different direction. Just so I'm gonna put this in like this, and you can align. I mean, when you put it in wrong, I mean, you would know that if you align the screw correctly or not. Okay, so we'll go like this. You will see this. You see this fourth screw? You're looking down for screw after you align first. Let me push this a little bit this way. Right, okay, so let me move this a little bit this. So 1 2 3 4, this total 4 screw, and I'm confused with this one. This is not a screw we plug in, and I bought this case for $50, but I don't have the screw came with this, but I'm gonna use a white screw that I have extra, and all you have to do is just get the screw and then just tighten it up. That's it. Only you need 4 screw. Okay, now this is already done, and I'm going to show you what all the power connector what it have on this power supply, and before I connect to the motherboard there. Okay, so here's the few of the connection that I'm gonna show. Okay, so first is the main connection, and you can see this is the main power connection here. And this main power, I'm going to bring my motherboard real quick so you can see it before I connect it. Install. Okay, so here's the motherboard. I already have the hard drive, the memories are in there, the CPU, and once I install to the case, I will install the rest there. So if you look at this side, let me turn this around. This is where you're going to install the power line coming to the power supply. You see this connector has a bracket, and this is right here. This is where you plug it in. So make sure that you push it all the way like this. So you go like this and push it down. I'm not gonna go through that because I'm gonna plug it in later. So that's for the power supply. And when you do that, you need to make sure that there's another power called CPU. And you need to plug that too, because otherwise the motherboard not gonna boot up. So you see right here, it's called the external 12 volt. So you need to plug that in too. And this is the connector. It will label CPU, and this, you don't need one to plug in just like that. So you only need 2 for the power. Okay, that's what you need to ensure that you're able to boot this this motherboard up. It needs those power. But even though that lucky that this motherboard, this is called the Asus with a Maximus XI. It also has a power store. You can do it manually too without getting to the case powered on. So I like the feature when they build like this. I don't think the newer motherboard does that now. I'm not pretty sure, but the older one has this feature that you can turn on. And so if you look at a few other stuff here, some other connection, and let me see. Okay, so, and this is your solder cable. No, this is not the solder. This is for all the power supply. So this power supply, this is a 4-pin connector for the power supply as well. And this for your SATA cable. If you have an AIO and then some other hardware lightning, you can plug into the SATA. Some they might use a USB 2.0 that you plug in. So this Thermaltake power supply, it comes with a lot of SATA connectors. So you can see I can use a lot from this one here too. And also this connector, you can see the connector that labeled PCIe Express. Some of the video card, it needs power. I'm going to show you that there. That's the power that you need to plug that into the connector. So I'm going to show you an example. Here I'm going to bring my video card. Okay, so you can see this video card. This is called the MSI RTX 5060i, and the connector is going to go through here, and then this connector, this tool here, it's going to plug into your PCI Express. So if I go like this, let me put it back this way. So you're going to go plug in, to this adapter here that came with the board. And all you have to do is just make sure, sometimes, you bought, this is normal, it's not broken. You just make sure that you push it together like this. And see the clip on the top, and then clip here, you just push it in like that. That's it. And then you do the same thing right here. So okay, that's how it plug in. And you can do the same as this as well. Yeah. And then just push it in. So now both is in now. So it's going to require that to, especially high performance graphics card. I mean, you're going to need that plug in. So I'm going to put my graphics away real quick. So and that's the connection for that. And so that's basically it for the connection. And then the rest I just need to, now I'm going to try to install on my motherboard now. I mean on the case now with this. So I'm going to pause real quick, and then let me just roll down my case real quick there. Okay, now since I laid down my case flat now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the motherboard. So this is the motherboard I'm going to have. Alright, so make sure you can see when you start the motherboard, if you're going turning out this way, this side, is make sure that is going to the left side where your case is right here. This is where you're going to plug your connection. So this is the only way that you can go, not the other way, because that's where you had all your connection plug in, your graphics card going to the other side on the left. So, and then you will see, you can count 1, 2, 3. This is, you see this hole right here, that's where you're going to put in the screw that's had a little bit solder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the one that I already had at the screw on already, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So make sure that you have like 9 screw, and then go to mount to the board as well when you plug it in. Right, so I'm going to go in slowly like this. Okay, let me see. I might have a fan, might be kind of blocked a little bit, so I need to check why. So because it's a little bit tight space, unless, let me see. Let me see if we can plug in. Oh, okay, look like it fit. I thought maybe the fan would get blocked. The good thing is, because I also had this handy flashlight, I mean magnifier, to make sure that I can see the make sure the screw is aligned when I push it in. So this is a little bit off a little bit, but I'm going to push a little bit more so that way the screw can be aligned better. To make sure you get able to see the back here all the way aligned. Okay, that one, let me see, push it up a little bit right here. I want to make sure nothing is touched before I screw in. Look at, like I got this part already aligned. Let me look at, but this part a little bit off. So sometimes you might have to screw one first, and to get this aligned. But I want to make sure there's nothing touched right here, anything touched or touching my fan, I can make sure that I can push all the way in. Sometimes a little bit tricky, but make sure that you're not, forcing your screw or bend, otherwise it might, it might damage the CPU socket. So just be careful when you start the board. So I mean, I already seem like push all the way in already, but I'm gonna try to probably put one screw first. It's a little bit tight off a little bit, you can see, but once I put it in one screw, then it should be able to hold it, right? So let me try that right now. And then the screw that I have is it's a small screw. It's a little small screw that I'm gonna put it in, and let me just take it out now. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna start right here first. So I'm not gonna, when I screw, I'm not gonna tie everything yet until I get everything up, all going in good. Then I will tie the rest. So I'm gonna use this magnifier. Just make sure I get the pinhole in good. So you can see, right? I'm gonna push all the way. Okay, I got light already, so that should be fine. And then the other one back there, a little bit. The middle one. Okay, there's another one right here. On the back to the end. So after you screw it a little, it's kind of a little bit balanced out there, because otherwise it will try and push it out not balanced. So I can see a little bit more inside. So you just continue, just keep screwing in. And just double check again after you install. Look like I'm still missing one more at that end. They're missing any more screw. Is this the small one or the big one? Okay. Look like it might be short one of the screw. Let me take a look from the screw. Oops. Right. You see I have one more screw right here. Okay, there's the one, because I want to make sure, because sometimes you might using the pin, it might mess up the thread, because this. So this is a little bit bigger, will not work. So make sure that you get a pin. I'm gonna double check if I missing any other one in here. This is like that little bit bigger, the pin. So I'm gonna check real quick. All right, so I found the last screw here. So basically I was missing one screw, so I found it already. So make sure that is using this screw right here. You can see it's a small screw, and right, and make sure that I can able to get in, because it's kind of a little bit make sure I can screw it in and doesn't lock. Okay, good. So that's one. So now what I can do, I can able to lock everything now, as long like it's aligned. But you don't have to pressure too much there. That should be able to hold the board already, since there's already 9 screw in it, and so that should be hold enough for this board. Right. This one. Okay, that's very tight. Now this side. Okay, right here. And this one. Okay. So it looked like I already got in. just double check it again, nothing loose. Okay, so everything got inside. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install the AIO now. So AIO cooler from NZXT, because I'm not gonna connect anything yet until I install that, and then the rest I will do the connection, right? And because I know if installed it might overlap this, I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this cable underneath this first, that way I can install from the back. Right, this is the NZXT, and the model name on this one is called the Kragen Elite 280 RGB. So there's RGB on here. So what I'm going to do is, you can see this is how the connection look like. Okay, my other video already show the connection, that already how to connect, so I'm not going to do anything much for on there besides just installing. Right, and what to install to the case, what I did is I have to go this way, because that way my CPU this side. I mean, you can go all the way, but it might be kind of a little bit angled out, so I'd rather put it on like this, right? Like this way. Okay. I mean, this is not really like a fit very good on here on this case, because I should get a little bit a smaller one a little bit there, because of the 280. Maybe a small one, it might fit better on the slot. So it's on top, but what I did is I make some adjustment on the back, so I can cut this pieces out that matter, so I can just screw. I might not able to get all the screw, but at least it will still hold, because I like a bigger fan, a smaller one. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna install the case first before I can connect the fan. And so what I'm gonna do is let me move this way. Okay, I'm gonna go turn out this side like this, like that, and I'm gonna go from the back. You might not be able to see it, but I'm just get the screw ready to install it. Right. So I'm gonna use my hand one, just hold right here, and let me find a screw in the back. And with my screwdriver, okay, so I got one in already, and then I will screw on this side as well, so to make sure that I have the alignment on this. So I got two on this side. I'm gonna use a flashlight so I can see a little bit, because it's a little bit dark on this side here. I'm gonna try put a washer a little bit, because the one I break the piece is kind of a little bit small. All right, so let me see. Okay, I'm gonna hold this. Okay, two in. Let's see, I can get the other side to screw in as well right here. Okay, any spot that I can screw in the back. See any more? That one a little bit tight, but look, I got two here, but let me see if I can get another spot to do on this side. Maybe loose this down a little bit. Push this way so I can get the other screw in. Okay, now I should be able to see the screw. Let me do this side. So a little bit of adjustment, because this is not the the AIO that fit this case, so I have to do a little bit of adjustment on this to know what to fit. So now let me screw this. Alright, you can see I already installed the AIO already. I mean it's not gonna fit perfectly, but I mean you can see it doesn't move. I mean that would be good enough, because I mean probably a little bit crooked, but you might not see that much, you cannot tell. And next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install the the AIO. So what I need is gonna putting a little bit paste on my CPU before that install. And don't put it too much on this, so just a little, just like probably this much is fine. Okay, before you lift up, you don't want to spill anything on the board. Okay, just be careful, just a little bit only. Now, all right, so after you put that in, and all you have to do is you see we're here, and now see the 4 bracket. That's gonna go to the screw, because I already mounted the screw already. All you have to do is just push it in like this. Okay, make sure like it fits snugly, don't overpressure that. And this is a screw that came with your AIO cooler. So this is a 4 screw, and you see the other end, I mean this hole, this is gonna go to your screw, and the other end you can use the screwdriver to you know, to screw it tight too, but don't force it. You don't want to force and break it there. So first I'm gonna just using my hand instead. I mean my finger. Just put a little bit first, and before you tighten the rest. Now, okay. Right. So now I'm going to start tightening a little bit more tighter using my finger. When it's tight, then you can stop. You don't have to force it. As long as the CPU, I mean the AIO doesn't move. I'm going to go this first. This one. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, pretty solid. You can see, pretty solid now. It doesn't move. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is, I mean, I'm gonna connect some of the cable connection. And first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect the case from the motherboard. I mean the case from this case to the motherboard, and then the rest I will, you know, connect all of this here. And but first I need to find out you know, the motherboard manual first to connect, because the motherboard manual you know, again give you an option for which one is the power LED or the reset switch or the power switch. You can control that. So I'm gonna look for this model real quick, and before I connect this. I mean this is new, so I'm pretty new to this board, and I mean all motherboard have different connection. So I haven't really searched much about this board yet, besides I was getting a good deal for $70. And so I'm gonna try and look that real quick there, so I'm gonna show how the pin connection go. Alright, so now you can see this is, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you can see the board is inside. This is the wiring that I have right now, but this is for the fan and AIO. I'm gonna connect that later last. And this is the power that's coming from the case. I mean this is look like the JTUS, look like a USB 3.0 that go to the board, and this is the one that's coming from the case as well. And you can see it has power LED, reset switch, power LED plus, and hard drive LED. So all this connector here, this is where, like, you know, when you turn the you know, basically to control the switch of your case, and then the lightning that you can see when there's activity. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I look at the board. If you can see here, this is I will put this on the YouTube to the screenshot. This is the case that I mean looking at the panel, how it's going to connect to. I'll zoom out a little bit. You can see the power PLED, that means it's a power LED light. And so make sure that I'm going to plug the 2 pin, and then this is the power button, so I'm going to connect to this, and hard drive LED. So it has like a plus, so make sure that on the connector I might have to use a plus. Go to that, and there's a switch. And this one, it doesn't plug to anything on there. Okay, so let me see. So I'm pretty new. Hopefully, the lights, everything up there. So I'm new to this board. Okay, so first I'm gonna plug in right now is the power LED light. So I can see there's a power LED light minus, and another one is a, let me see, this one power LED plus. So if you look back again on this connection, it doesn't say minus plus, so I'm gonna plug into that pin, but it looks like it requires 2 pin. I'm not sure, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug this way. I'm gonna plug the pin to the first one here, to that. I mean, it look like it requires 2. I might not need the other one, but it doesn't work. I can always switch around. I mean, it's not gonna burn your board anyway. So let me zoom it in a little bit. You can see the light on this, and the next one is I'm gonna plug in is the power button. So power button is next to it. That's like the power switch. Okay, power switch. So that's to the one to the second thing. So since I have 1 pin spare available, that means I don't have to plug close by to that one since I'm not using 2. And now LED light. So if you look at this, so you can see it has a plus. So the plus, make sure on this one, I make sure I have to use the pin that going all the way at the end. So the plus. A little bit tight space on this one. And next after there is the reset. So reset, it's just next to the power, the LED. So I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer so you can see on this motherboard, right? And what's left is the power LED minus. So if I'm gonna zoom in a little bit closer, you can see. So that's how it look like that. And that's how I plug in. It's hard to see because I mean, you can see I got 1 pin left. So I'm not gonna plug in, and I think that's how it's connected. But I will turn it on to see how it's gonna look like. Okay, and so now next, zoom out a little bit. Now what's left is this connector. This is called the, what does that say? USB 3.0 connector. And that connector, let me see where's that at. And okay, look like it's this one right here. So this is the connector. And I'm gonna zoom out a little, zoom in a little bit in. Okay, right here. So there's a pin right here. There's a pin. The cut pin is gonna go to that side. Okay. All right, so make sure don't put a wrong pin there because you might damage the pin. Okay, and what's left now is let me see what are the pins. This is the fan. So I'm gonna plug it next, and let me see what else is left. Okay, because I'm gonna plug whatever the case first, the case that come with this one. There's a fan case with this one. Okay, so let me see what it has with this. I'm gonna check the connection. Okay, look like there's a fan, and then what is another light coming in? Okay, let me see. Okay, so the case fan for this case, it has this connector. Look it up a little bit closer. It's a 3 pin, and another pin. This is for your RGB pin. If you're looking at that, as you can tell, this is for to cowl up the fan. So this fan right here. So if you look at it there, this is the fan that's gonna show the cowler, and this is just to spin the fan. Right, so that's connection. So what I need to do is just plug into the one that say the system fan. That should able to get through it. And this is the RGB. So for the RGB, I need to look at it there to see what's the pin for the RGB light. So I see RGB header 1, header 2. Okay, so header 1, header 2. So I mean it's RGB still, but I'm gonna make sure because I can see this one is cut pin already. I'm gonna check on the manual to verify that real quick to make sure that is the pin for this. Okay, Okay, now since I have the connection there, so what I'm gonna do is, I was looking at the manual how to connect to this one. Is on this board that there's a connection that for this RGB here. See this connection for the RGB. This one, that one is gonna be I'm gonna go to the RGB header 1. So because you see the pin that cut, and that's why I'm gonna plug into that to get the light. So that is going through back over there on this side. I mean, it's gonna be hard for you to see, but it's right here. So you can see this is like a 3. It's a 4 pin, but it's cut 1 already. So just make sure that you put it on the same side as this, so that way it doesn't, you don't get anything like a bend on the board. So make sure. So you can see it's plugging in now. And another one is the fan. So the fan one, the system fan. So they call like a chassis fan. The chassis fan, it only has 3-pin connector, but you can plug on the 4-pin there. So just make sure that you plug it on a 4-pin slot. That will be fine. And so I'm gonna make arrange the cable later on there. Okay, so at least we got the the system already. I mean, this is the system fan that's already plugged in, and then the other one is the RGB to control the lighting on this fan. Okay, next what is this? And you can see I'm gonna start plugging in the fan now. So you're looking at this here is you can see a lot of connection on this. So instead of to have too many wire going on to this case, I mean, it's not like a very big case. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. You can see a lot of wire going on. So I'm gonna plug only the one that some of them might probably gonna leave it inside here. Another one I'm gonna go all the way in the back, so all the connection go on the back, so that way I'm not too messy on this. So you can see another one, this one. This is the coming from the AIO. That one I'm gonna plug on the motherboard. That will say CPU fan. So CPU fan on there. So if we look back on this board, let me go back to this one. Go here by the C. Go into the menu. When we check the menu on this, it should say CPU fan. All right. I thought I see that somewhere, but I did see that already. But I mean, I will screenshot this part for you so you can see there. But in a bit, that's fine. But I'm gonna plug into right now on the CPU fan. Okay, so this. So just plug into the 4-pin slot. That will work. Okay. Next is this one. This is where your what is it? Your RGB. I mean, for the USB. See, this is a USB connector in order to power this up, and it's also using a SATA connector as well. So this so I'm gonna plug on the USB slot on the motherboard, and if you're looking up, zoom a little bit closer. So this is the USB. So I got 2 slots on that for the USB. I'm gonna plug it in. If you don't have enough USB slot, you can also use this extender as well. You can see this is called USB extender. You can plug to this one, and then this all the end go to your motherboard, and then you can split another USB in case if you don't have some motherboard might only have 1 USB slot. You can split that, right? And when you plug it in, just make sure at the pin connection, if there's a hole right there on the right, you just follow that. Okay. All right, so that's already in. Okay, next is let me see what else. Okay, now, okay, so the rest of them, what it is I'm gonna basically turn it over to the other side on the fan. So I'm gonna connect on the back, because you can see the cable kind of a little bit messy right now. So I'm gonna put on the wire. I'm gonna flip this case a little bit. Flip it there. That way I can push all the wire, everything on the back. Yeah. It's gonna go like this. Okay. And so let me push all the wire otherwise it's gonna go out from this slot. And I will show the connection on the back as well. So this, yeah, like that. Get it clean. Okay, for the AIO, I'm gonna go back right here too. Go all the way to the back here. And let's maybe go on the bottom. Let me see. Oh, maybe on the bottom I touch. I just go on the back like this. A little bit darker there, you might not see that great there, but so let me move the lighting a little bit this way so you can see a little bit. Okay, it looks better now, right? So you can see I push all the wire on the back there to pull everything on the back so that then the front can't clear out. And then we'll do the connection on the back, from the back instead. Go like that. Anything more? Okay, I got USB already there, that's fine. Okay. And what about this one? Is that going to, okay, this is already plugged into the fan already. That's for the fan part. You know, the fan part, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to all the way on the back first and then from the inside so it doesn't look that messy. So I'm going to pull everything out from here like this. Like this first. Oh, look like my RGB I got disconnected as well, but I can plug it back in. I just want to make sure that it's clean through here. Clean. So all I have to do is just plug back in like this. I'm gonna go back and then back, and then this is the that's gonna go through the plug. I'm gonna get a flashlight real quick so I can see from the inside. Plug back my RGB controller. Yeah, this pin, make sure you be careful when you plug in, is make sure it's on the slot, otherwise the pin is not to have a bracket that you can break it easily. Right, so now I have that in. And this port, I can leave it outside since it's already plugged in. Push this on the back to keep it cable needless. Now we'll tie it up later. Just this for now. Anything I can push it back on this so to keep it more organized on the cable so it doesn't have too much showing in the front. Okay. Let me put it, push up a little bit first. Okay. Right, okay, so now you can see the cable. I already got it out, and then this is also the fan there too. Okay, now what I'm gonna do now, okay, this is coming from you know, the AIO, the cooler, and this is coming from the case fan. So you see, this is where you're gonna be plugging in together and join together there. So if you're looking at the connection, you can connect up to 3 fans. So that's how the pin look like, and this is coming from your fan, from the fan. Remember, this only turn the fan on, but not you know, for the color. For the color itself, the RGB color, you have to use the switch. So this is the switch that I'm gonna plug in next after you plug in the other one. So all you have to do is just plug in like this. There you got one in, and go look for another connection. And this one, go like this. So 2. So because I only have 2 fan, only connect 2. If I have another one, I can plug in here, So, and now, and this what's left now is this one. This is to basically to have your RGB color that you're going to be using. So now next is you're going to be so this port, you can see this when you bought the AI cooler, it also comes with the NCXT controller. Enable 1, 2, 3. So RGB 1, 2, and 3, and then you can connect it to the 3 fan. So I'm going to plug into one right now, and then this is another one. It's going to go to 2, number 2. Okay, that's it. And then all you have to do is just make sure that you the all connection that you need to plug into your SATA cable. Your SATA connection here, and then remember you have another SATA here as well. SATA, and that's gonna go to this one, to number 2. Okay, so that's your SATA connection. That's from your power supply to this. So it looks like you're gonna have 2 when you buy this AIO cooler. You're gonna plug in 2 SATA connector, and also this other end from the controller you need to connect to your motherboard USB. So I'm gonna go through like this, and from the bottom, and then get the light real quick. Okay, so now it's going through that, and let me say, make sure I don't, if I have any other USB control with this case, what else with this? Okay, any other controller, you have to double check sometime. You might have other USB as well there too that might be come with this case. So double check and make sure that this port right here cap out doesn't touch any of the board, might short circuit the board. Just make sure that it doesn't have anything like that here. Okay, I don't think I have anything else besides that. One more thing that I noticed there, because you can see it also have USB and this one here too. So that means I have to use a split connector, because I need another USB, and this one is the audio, HD audio that you're gonna plug into your board. I'm gonna show that soon. So this is the USB. So what I'm gonna have is this one here. I have to split one of the USB so I can do it. So I'm gonna do it coming from the back here. So I split from the front. You already see the USB slot earlier. Okay, so now, okay, so here, look at it. So you can see I have 2 split coming in, and so the other one, let's make sure that I plug to that I disconnect one of them already, and I need to plug one back in. So just make sure that you have that plug in. And just when I pull it out earlier, which one is that? So which the USB? Okay, 1, 2, okay, 3. Okay, so here. Only have to split. Earlier I was plugging to this connector from the NCX to that. Instead of plugging directly to the board, I'm gonna plug into the splitter, and just plug it into like this, see, like that. And another one, this is coming from the case. From the case. The case has the USB controller too, so I'm gonna plug into right there. Okay, if that doesn't work, you just change it this way. Let me see. Oh, HD audio messed up. So HD audio, you'll unplug to that. You plug to the USB one, and make sure the pin, if the pin like fill in on the top, just make sure you fold it on top. And what's left now is this one. Is the HD audio. So I see the HD audio earlier. That on a pin that you're gonna plug into the board here. So I'm gonna make sure that then pull it up from here. Okay, and let me see the light. I'm gonna bring the camera there that you can see real quick. All right, so let's move this way. So if you look at it here, see, that's the HD audio. You see almost the same. I think how many pin is this one? If we zoom it, okay, that look like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So but there's one cut, so you need to plug 9. So it should say HD audio. All right, so I'm gonna plug into that. Give me a second and put the video a little bit up here. And there's a pin cut that's go to the top, so make sure your pin is going to the top as well. All right, so that's it on this connection. So I just double check anything if I miss anything on here. So all of them that, you know, if you go a little bit closer, you can see the on the magnolia, that magnifier, that's where I plug that in. And if you look this side, okay, this is where your USB controller at. So let me zoom a little bit hard to see. You can see right there, that's the USB controller, 2 of them. 2 USB controller, one I split. And the other side right there on the right side, you can see that is the one for your power switch or LED light. All right, so let me take this out. Okay, just double check it again. You know, before I plug the rest of the graphics card, everything. So you can see this is the 2-SATA controller that plug into the power supply, and then this is the fan connector that's already plugged in, you know, to the AIO, you know, the fan, and the USB controller, and the rest. I think that's it. And all I have to do is just make sure that I'm gonna basically plug the power supply in there, because I remember that I haven't plugged this yet. So I plugged the all-in-one already, but I haven't plugged the power supply yet. So I'm going to turn this case around. Okay, now you can see this is the power supply that I'm beginning plugging in. So if you look at the board, it says external 12 volt. And if you're coming from the power supply, there's a small connector called CPU. So you're going to be plugging that to that small mini slot right here. So the pin, make sure that is the one that has a clip that going up level. Okay, going up. So that's where you're going to plug it in to power it up. Let me make sure it's kind of a little bit small, tight space. I have to turn around a little bit. So yeah, this case is mid-tile, but it's a little bit tight space there. But you have to really make sure when you got in, then it will be okay. You're not going to be disconnect that often anyway. So now you can see it's in. Okay, and next one, this is this connector. This is your main source for the power supply, and make sure that my cable management I will rearrange later on this. Okay, I should go from the bottom instead, so it doesn't, you know, add up to this. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so now you can see this one. This is where your power source, you're going to plug in through right here, this side. And the one that has a clip, you go in from outside, go on like the right. So push it in. Yep, and that, okay, that's it. And what I'm going to do, instead of have too much wire over here, I'm going to take this out here a little bit. So go from the back instead, so a little bit look cleaner. So I'm going to take this out and go from the bottom. The bottom like this. And then at the bottom, I can push it in this way. Push it like this. And maybe for this audio, I can maybe connect to the other one, go like this way. So see, that way I can go on this side. You see right here? That way I can a little bit get some, you know, some cable management a little bit, so it doesn't get all too messy. To make sure that I plug it in, the one has a dot is going on the top right here. So make sure you plug in the same. Don't force the pin. Let me see. All right. Make sure. Okay. I don't got it in, so that's have to be careful, because sometimes you might not push all the way in. You might miss one pin. Okay, that's in. So this is a little bit more cleaner. And now this part I'm gonna plug right here. This is the USB 3.0. So the pin is going down. Okay, like that. So let's look better this time. Okay, and so what is this one here? This is the USB. You know what? The USB, what I'm gonna do is I might just go like this way, probably look cleaner. I'm gonna go around on the top like this, and then maybe come this way. So it's gonna fit anyway. Now we have more space a little bit. It looks cleaner. Okay, let me see which one is down. Okay, this is the down pieces. Okay, like that. Okay, and okay, so what's last is just installing the graphics card, because you can see I already got the I/O. That's the I/O install. You got the fan and all the all the connection already. You can see it already installed. I mean, already this is for the USB, both slot, memory, hard drives already there. And if I need more RGB connection, I can plug here. Good thing about this motherboard, it has a lot of connection. That USB controller, couple more RGB light that you can plug in to get more. If you have more fan that you can plug into RGB, you can do that, or you can control through the switch as well. Okay, next I'm gonna install the graphics card. This is a graphics card, and my other video will also show you how to connect that as well. So here's the graphics card, and I'm going to install it. Make sure that you push this side, and that's I'm going to using this slot right here, this pin. Okay, and make sure that hopefully I don't have space in here. Okay, it look like that space. I thought maybe it's going to touch this. So all you have to do is just push it like that, and screw it in using the bracket. Okay. And now we get the bracket and the screw. We got this ready. Right. I'm gonna turn it around a little bit so you can see. Then we look this way. This is the bracket that came with the case. So what it is that's you might have to screw this first, and then after that you're gonna put the other one in. Okay, so I'm gonna screw this first before I put half in, and this is gonna go like this. Let me see. Yeah, this is gonna go like this. After that's gonna lock it. After you screw in, it's gonna lock to that. But I'm gonna screw this first, and it's gonna use this screw. Okay. One. Right, one. I mean, one look like pretty solid too. I don't think I might need two. It's not gonna go away. It's already tight already, but you can do another one. But I don't think it's gonna move. It should be pretty fit, tight already. And there's the bracket just to cover this. Let me see. Okay, and go like that. So that was gonna hold the case. Then anything way around or no? Let me see. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think anything else going through that. But because you're gonna go the other way around, it's just to cover this only. Okay, now let me just putting the screw ready, and I thought it would like be a clip or something that you do, but it looked like it is not. So I guess you just hold like this, and that should hold it there. And if you got more cage, you can screw right here to it. But I think that's it for this. I mean, now I just need to boot up and see. Hopefully everything's okay. And I'm gonna turn it on right now and see. Right now you can see that for the wire, everything here, I'm just double check again. I mean, I'm not gonna plug anything in right now. I mean, leave everything outside first until I organize the wire later. Now I'm gonna plug in the power supply and bring my keyboard first and see. It'll still boot up. Sometimes, when you put everything together, taking it out, it can stuff cannot be working there too. Okay, so you see I'm getting my mouse here and the keyboard, and I'm gonna make sure that I already plug in the USB on the back already, and now I just need to get the power. This is the HDMI, and that HDMI need to go back of your the back of your graphics card HDMI, and then with the power. So this is the power cord that's go to the PC. So there's not really much connection besides your keyboard controller and the mouse is a dongle, and then USB and power. That's it. And then you plug in HDMI. So I already have this plug in already, and let's see how this thing boot go. And so I want to make sure this just double check it again, make sure you don't have any anything touch over here. Look into your board. I'm gonna use thing here, make sure nothing touch anything. If you touch it, it can short circuit as well. Look everything out, make sure it's clear. If everything is good, let's turn on. Okay, all right, so the power over here on the top is, if you look at it, that's the power. I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer. You see that's the power to turn on the computer. So let's see. Okay, look like I might turn off the power switch already. So there's a power switch on the back. Just push down, up. Okay, is it going on? Okay, I can see it's something spinning right now. Okay, that's good sign. And look like it's booting up the rest of that too. But the other one looks like it's kind of upside down, but I think I can control through the software FPD. But let's see if the screen show up in here. Okay, look like it's nothing yet. Is it off? Let me see. Okay, it's waiting for the display to show up. Look like not yet so far. Let me see. I still plug it in. Plug everything is good. I don't see anything there. Did I miss anything? I'm going to turn it off again just to make sure. Maybe sometime could be delay. Okay. So at least the power control is still okay. Now let me turn it on again. Yes, booting up. Okay, look like nothing yet. And did I lose anything in here? I don't think I lose. Oh, you know what? My bad. Because I forgot to plug in the other controller right here. This is why. That's why it doesn't work. If you look back over here, I say what I'm missing. This is the adapter that's going to your graphics card. So I missed that. Okay, so I guess that's why it doesn't boot up. So I'm gonna plug it in right now. Let me bring the video over here so you can see. I'm gonna plug that in. Okay, you can see the connector is right here. It's already brought it out. So this is what I'm gonna plug through this one, and that's gonna plug in through this side. And look with the connector that come with this. So you see the graphics card. This is your connection with graphics card, and that's going through. If you move a little bit closer, I'm gonna move a little bit closer. See this pin right here, your graphics card, depending on what graphics card you have. This pin, we're gonna go up. I think this one here, let me see. If it doesn't work, you can try it. Yeah, this is going up, the pin that has a clip going up. And then all you have to do is just plug this in, plug into your connector of this is your PCI Express. It will label PCI, that you're gonna label PCI. And you just need to plug in like this, one in, and another one, you do the same. Okay, do like that. Make sure that you push this together. This is normal that it break because it doesn't go together because sometimes it's easier for you to just like connect it together as well. That will work too, because it still works. It's not rip anything. So like that. Okay, and I'm gonna make like this a little bit. See, look clean now. Okay, now I'm gonna boot up again. Okay, so I'm gonna go back again. Let me see the video, and I'm gonna boot it up again and see. All right, so turn on. See how it go. Create the second HDMI 1. I mean, it should get into the BIOS at least, because I know my OS already had the Windows 10 already from the previous computer. I moved the hard drive in. Did I plug in the HDMI? I did the plug in the HDMI already. Okay, so nothing yet so far. Let's see. Then make sure that I had everything all in. Okay, that one all the way in. We're gonna turn it off again and see. Nothing loose, anything on the graphics card. I'm gonna double check. Make sure nothing loose. Okay, it's already in. Fully in. Everything all in already. So let me turn on again. Let's double check and see. There you go. Okay, maybe just a little delay. All right, and so it's getting through that right now. Oh, good. That's it. Okay, it's pretty quick. I'm gonna shut down again because it looks like it's a little bit delayed. That when when start up, I'm gonna shut down and do it one more time. I'm not sure why the first time it doesn't boot, but let me see how it go. Do another shutdown. Move this up here. Okay, now it's shutting down. I'm gonna turn it back on again. Okay, all right, looks good this time. So maybe not sure what's going on, why it doesn't show at the boot screen, but it could be the BIOS too. The BIOS might need an update, and so that's what I'm gonna do next to see if I need to update the BIOS on this laptop. All right, and so far everything's all good, and I just what I have to do is just I need to do a cable link on this, tie everything up to make sure it's all good there. Right. All right, so you can see everything all good now, and so what I'm gonna do is basically connect everything back in. I mean, wire everything up, clean up the cable a little bit there, so that way it will be a little bit clean. And all right, so everything looks good so far. I will check, make sure all the BIOS, everything's all good before I make sure that everything's all shut down properly. And again, I will test a couple boot. I'm not sure why the first time it doesn't boot up. I know the other one was showing that I forgot to plug the cable in for the graphics. But after plugging it, it doesn't boot up. So, but after turn on again, it's fine. So it could be the BIOS too. So I'm not sure what it is. All right, thank you for watching my video, and hope you subscribe and like or comments if you have any questions. So I'm pretty new to this. It's been a while that I've been building computer for like 20 years already. So this is maybe some glitch that I might miss. D&D, I may repeat myself. So I appreciate for your support on that. Thank you. Bye.